They told me my flagpole was too tall. Not dangerous, not falling apart, not offensive, just too tall. So I read the rules, called the city, got creative, and now my flagpole is even taller and 100% legal. This is a story of HOA rules, quiet revenge, and what happens when you underestimate a homeowner with free time, Wi-Fi, and a deep love for petty justice. I live in a quiet neighborhood, not rich, not poor, just the kind of place where people trim their hedges and wave from across the driveway. We've got kids riding bikes, neighbors borrowing sugar, and the occasional BBQ where someone brings a weird potato salad. You know, normal suburbia. We also have an HOA. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. Some HOAs are great. They keep things clean, organized, peaceful. But ours is the kind that sends out fines for your trash bin being visible for more than 3.5 minutes after pickup. So yeah, let's just say we've had history. About a year ago, I installed a flagpole. Nothing fancy, just a 20-foot aluminum pole with an American flag. I followed what I thought were the rules. I even checked the HOA handbook. It mentioned landscaping, roofing materials, even mailbox paint colors, but nothing clearly about flagpoles. So I figured, no rules means no problem, right? Wrong. 2 weeks later, I came home to find a bright yellow envelope taped to my front door. Dear homeowner, it read, your current flagpole exceeds the maximum height allowed by community guidelines. Please adjust to 15 feet or remove entirely within 7 days. And just like that, they gave me a deadline. No conversation, no warning, just comply or be fined. That's when the petty part of my brain woke up. If they had just asked me nicely, this story wouldn't exist. But now it was about more than a flagpole. Now it was about principle. I sat down at my desk, opened the HOA rulebook, highlighted every mention of flagpole, height, structure, and decoration. Then I pulled up city building codes. Here's what I found. A freestanding pole in the ground is limited to 15 feet per HOA rules. But a house-mounted flagpole, there were no HOA limits listed, only that it couldn't exceed the building height and must follow municipal code. Municipal code said house-mounted poles could be up to 25 feet as long as they didn't extend past the roof line. A legal loophole, and my new favorite kind. I drafted a sketch of a new setup, a custom flagpole attached securely to the side of my house, extending up 25 feet. I called a local contractor who did installations like this for public buildings. He laughed when I told him why I wanted it. HOA getting on your nerves? You have no idea, I said. He came by the next week, took measurements, and even helped me file for a building permit, which was approved within days. I was about to give the HOA something they'd never forget and couldn't touch. On a sunny Saturday morning, they installed the new flagpole, stainless steel, braced to the house, solar-powered light on top, a perfect 25 feet tall, exactly 10 feet higher than before. That afternoon, I raised the flag. A gentle breeze picked it up. It waved proudly, and right then, the HOA president drove by. She hit the brakes, looked, then looked again. I waved. She didn't. 2 days later, another envelope. Your new flagpole may be considered in violation of the spirit of HOA compliance. The spirit, huh? I responded with a copy of the city permit photos of the installation, a screenshot of their own rules, highlighted. I also included a short message. I trust this matter is now resolved. They didn't reply, and they never mentioned the flagpole again. In the months since, the flag has stayed up, day and night. My neighbors started asking questions. How'd you get away with that? Are they letting you do that now? I just smiled. A few even installed their own 15-foot poles. But mine still towers over them all, not to show off, not to rebel, but to prove a point. If you know the rules better than the people enforcing them, you win. Look, I get it. Rules are there for a reason, but when rules are enforced without conversation, compassion, or common sense, that's when you push back, respectfully, legally, and sometimes 10 feet higher than before. They told me my flagpole was too tall. Now it's taller, and every morning it reminds me that some victories don't require fighting, just patience, research, and a perfectly timed install. Enjoyed that story? Hit the like button, subscribe for more wild HOA tales and petty revenge, and comment below, what's the most ridiculous thing your HOA has ever done? Stay legal, stay clever, and raise your flag high, skull and crossbones.